welcome back. How's everybody doing today? We got a 91 Ford Bronco. The dash is obviously from the era. It's a 91's dash. You got your light switch. You got your wipers right on the dash here, which is kind of cool. No, you don't see that too often. It does have a power rear window so that the tailgate can come down. It has defrost. It actually has a push button start, which we'll show you later on. It has an overdrive button and the four-wheel drive and low range. We do have an aftermarket stereo. The top of the dash is actually pretty clean, which is very rare on these. Usually they're cracked or broken or something. And something really cool is that the bright switch is on the floor. You got to use your foot. And then I'll show you the door. The door is lovely. Just shuts so good. Get out. No, she don't stay. She just opens right back up. This side's not too bad for rust. We do have a little down here in the rocker. All right, maybe a lot in that rocker. That rocker looks like it's gonna fall off. Okay. We got some 31s, which we were told it's a 6-inch lift. Not completely sure, but we think it's close to that at least. We got the early 90s headlight style. The Ford symbols are obviously worn out. That'll happen. And on these, the hood release is in the first grill spot. All right, we got a small block 351 Windsor. Not much has been changed from the 91 except for they did do a partial cold air intake. Looks like they used the stock air hoses. Battery is way too small for this unit. That is not correct, which is probably why it has a hard time starting. Other than that, though, there's not a whole bunch of leaks that I can see from up here. And she looks pretty complete. So if you come down here, we do have some custom clearance on this side, as you can see, which is fine because we're going to put bigger tires on it. So, but down here we got a dual shock lift. They're from Rough Country. Everything's a bit rusty, but it's all there. It all doesn't leak too much, I don't think. Really haven't checked it out that deep yet. Do got some more clearance over here. This rocker doesn't look half bad. This one is actually intact, and it's still pretty strong there. So we come over to the back. Everything on this side looks pretty good. You kind of look to the other side, if you can notice on the bumper here, we lost a mount, and we're just kind of sitting there. She tilts a little bit. This is the rear power window. This will come down, and the tailgate will actually flop open, which we think works. We also think that if you don't stop it, it will go up and shatter the window. So that's a cool aspect. We can move over here. See, we got some more clearance. That's fine. And down here, you can see where we lost our mount. They even put a piece of wood in there for it. So it'd stay halfway up. But that will be fixed along with the door. It is the Eddie Bauer edition. So that has some fancy upgrades that you wouldn't normally get in the XLT or the XL. But the coolant and the wash fluid are in this fancy plastic container, which was a kind of cool design. All right, I think we're ready to go under. So down here, it looks like we got some Rough Country steering stabilizer. Everything's a little greasy and a little rusty, but you can expect that in a UP truck. Doesn't look like we got any extreme leaks. Maybe a oil pan gasket in the front main. which is pretty typical. Pumpkin, that's water. It doesn't seem to be leaking at all, which is a good sign. And yeah, has the lift mount, or the lift mounts. It is, I believe it is, has some aftermarket stabilizers. What were those? What did Jordan call them? I can't remember now. All right, it does have a rear main leak, as you can see. It's just oil. That's fine. It looks like they have some aftermarket heads on these, because there is no catalytic converter. We do have the correct Y pipe. Again, everything's just rusty and gunky. Probably hasn't been taken care of very well. This body mount looks pretty good. But if you come over here, this body mount is, the floor is just coming out. But that's fixable as I blind myself. I think we got an e-brake cord right here, which looks like it's seen better days. And the transfer case is leaking, imagine that. But I believe it works. So we'll just have to make sure the level's up there. Get back here to the rear, you can see the custom exhaust. She's actually in there pretty good too. Again, just rusty. But the frame looks intact. I haven't seen any spots that are too crazy rusty or soft. We got the fuel filter over here, which is not in the bracket, which is fine. Just not look at it. You can see better over here, this wood block they got here. I don't know if you can see it from there. But everything looks to be correct. They got the lift shocks, which that's loose. That's always good. Come over here, is this one? Oh yeah, those aren't good. We should probably replace those. We got the sway bar links. And yeah, the rear end doesn't look like it's leaking. Got some wires here, probably to the fuel pump. The brakes don't seem to be leaking. Yeah. Oh yeah, this rocker's just hanging here. She's seen better days. Just put that like that. That's fine. That's mint. Come back here. We got the fuel tank, which doesn't seem to be leaking at all. Take another look at these leaf spring spacers. But yeah, everything else looks pretty good. This is it's lunchtime.
And please don't forget to like, comment,
share, and subscribe.
and we'll see you guys in the next video.